IBM Enterprise Content Management can solve many different business challenges by supporting your knowledge workers, providing information to improve decisions, enhancing case outcomes, and enabling businesses to take control. Today we will focus on the capabilities for advanced case management and how, when coupled with document capture, can be used for mortgage loan processing. In today's video, we will showcase mortgage processing for a newly purchased first home. Beginning with pre-qualification, the loan officer and loan processor will work with the mortgage applicant to ensure requirements and documentation is provided and complete. Once completed and packaged, the underwriter will approve the mortgage and the closing agent will complete processing, recording, and funds disbursement. We begin with Bill, the mortgage loan officer. In this role, he is responsible for evaluating applicants to determine if they qualify for a mortgage. Once qualified, he works to ensure their experience and satisfaction will lead to additional business as a loyal customer. Bill begins in the loan officer in-basket, where he sees a request for a mortgage pre-qualification. Bill is presented with details on the applicant, which he quickly reviews. A review of case documents shows that the application for pre-qualification, along with identification and banking statements, has been supplied in support of this request. Bill reviews the applicant's financial information and sees a sizable balance exists. One of the key items in completing the pre-qualification evaluation is to process a customized checklist of key considerations that assist in the mortgage approval. Bill reviews the recommendation provided and sees that pre-qualification has been approved subject to verification upon processing of the actual mortgage application. Bill processes the pre-qualification approval, initiating a number of automated tasks and documents being provided to the applicant. After a very short search, John finds the house that meets all of his requirements. His offer has been accepted, and after signing the purchase agreement, he is now ready to begin the formal mortgage application process. He completes a form-driven online application and submits it to the bank. Via the link from his pre-qualification email letter, John accesses his pre-existing case file and updates previously provided information, speeding up the mortgage approval process. After logging into his account, he sees that the property section is now available to be completed. Required information has been highlighted to ensure the completeness of the application process. John adds the information required. Upon submitting the application, John is presented with graphics that show mortgage processing progress, along with a target closure date, detailed contact information, and a detailed list of documents that he will need to provide complete in support of the mortgage. John sees that a number of the documents need to be provided. John begins by attaching scans of his pay statements to the case folder. He then proceeds to attach additional documents readily available to him at this point in time. John has finished providing documentation in support of his mortgage. He is returned to the mortgage processing requirements page where his status and actions have been updated to reflect the items just completed. Due to his work during the pre-qualification process, Bill has been assigned John's new application. Bill, after using a mortgage optimizer, reviews the optimization recommendations and discusses them with John, the applicant. Bill completes application processing, which initiates a number of tasks, including the assignment of a mortgage loan processor. Carly is responsible for the preparation of the mortgage for the underwriter. In order to do this, she will need to build a team to handle the multiple tasks and to verify the supporting documentation for this mortgage. Carly reaches out to the mortgage loan officer to ensure that all details and any specific nuances with this applicant are addressed. Carly is presented with a checklist of work items and documents that will need to be completed for this mortgage. She makes her selections based on the characteristics of the mortgage and the property. Carly is presented with a mapping of identified resources to key characteristics for the mortgage, the property location. Using these capabilities, Carly is able to match the optimal resources, experience, availability, to the tasks being initiated. Carly confirms that all tasks from the prior checklists have been started and team members, the appraiser, home inspector, etc. have been assigned. She approves the work item to begin processing of the new mortgage application. Time has passed, and while reviewing her personal in-basket, Carly sees that a mismatch warning task has arrived for one of her mortgages. Carly reviews the warning, an insurance coverage and home appraisal mismatch that will need to be resolved prior to the mortgage being processed. She reviews the documentation and determines that the appraised value was higher than the purchase price, so the insurance coverage will need to be increased to match the current property value. Carly creates a new task to have the applicant resolve the insurance coverage and appraised value mismatch. John receives a text message that a mismatch has occurred during processing of his mortgage and action needs to be taken to resolve the issue. John reviews the mortgage requirement summary and notes that the warning is related to the insurance coverage and appraised value mismatch. John has updated his insurance coverage and takes a picture using his mobile device. John reviews the quality of the photo to ensure all of the necessary data has been captured. Upon submittal, document classification ensures that the proper template is used to identify and extract key information, which is then used to attach the document to John's case file. John reviews the status of his mortgage application and is happy to see that he is back on track to meet his targeted closure date. Carly has processed the mortgage and upon final review prepares the final package for the underwriter. Carly notes a new task to package the loan information for the underwriter review. She finalizes the packaging for the underwriter by preparing a final summary report and attaching details and information directly from the case. She completes one final review of the summary report prior to processing. As the underwriter for the bank, Rich is responsible for assessing the applicant's loan eligibility while also protecting the bank's profitability and risk based on loan terms, default, and prepayment potential. Rich reviews the underwriter dashboard in order to understand key aspects, including mortgage types being requested and task volume of the mortgage climate. Rich sees a number of mortgages that need to be underwritten. He selects the top one from the queue for processing. Rich starts his review with the appraised value of the home. He then reviews the settlement statement. Prior to processing for approval, Rich initiates a meeting with the loan processor and loan officer to ensure all items have been successfully completed, formally documenting all processes and results. Lastly, we have Laura, who is responsible for mortgage closing. Laura has been assigned the responsibility of closing John's mortgage. She reviews her in-basket and opens the task to prepare for the closing. Laura reviews the checklist of items required, validates all documents and ensures that they are prepared and ready for signature. She then conducts the closing. Laura verifies that all signed copies of closing documents have been added to the case. Laura adds a final comment to the case stating that all closing activities have been completed, funds disbursed, and the deed recorded. She closes the case. In today's video, we've seen how case management and document capture have worked together to ensure an efficient and effective processing of a mortgage application. For more information, please contact IBM. Thank you.